video right here of The Acolyte, episodes number 1 and 2. I do appreciate that Disney Plus does the 2-episode premiere. I'm a fan of that.
Did we just go off on Billy Joel for a little bit? Okay, the 2-episode premiere.
I love Billy Joel.
I did that like that too. Here's something I noticed. Completely just not having anything to do creatively, is that almost every other Disney show, when you look at the episodes on the screen, they show right next to it like how many minutes it's or how long it is, like 41 whatever. You know what I mean? This one didn't. The first episode,
I noticed that too. Yeah.
The first episode felt really short, and the second episode felt really long. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like more stuff happened in the second one.
The first episode was like 42 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't feel that long at all. I have no idea how long the second one was. So thoughts?
I think it's probably like about an hour.
Thoughts?
Spoiler 3. Spoiler 3.
Spoiler 3. Maybe take the pizza out of your mouth.
That's why I was trying to let you
Take the pizza out of my mouth. You do your thoughts, and then I'll do mine.
Okay, buddy.
Since you can't figure out how to do the rotation of the thoughts. Because you're parking your thoughts.
Anyway, I have a weird, like, I think the more that you and I talked about it off the air, I think the more that I kind of enjoyed the show. Because I was kind of neutral. I didn't really hate it. I thought some things were cool. I think that I really liked, but like overall, I wasn't being like, oh, this sucks, or oh, this is the greatest thing ever. It didn't feel like, you know, it didn't hook me as hard as like Mandalorian did. And that being said, I think you were talking about how you were reading a review and someone said that it actually felt like a TV show.
Yeah.
And I think that is the case with this. I think we're building to something. I think I felt a little bit slower pace at times, but it's not that I don't think it is a detriment to the show because Andor was a slower paced show, so I don't have issues with that. But there are a couple characters that I'm interested in, but like for the most part, I'm not like really set on all the Jedi characters. But overall, I think it was good, and I'm interested to see where it's going.
Yeah. God damn it! My first thought was I read that review, and it was spoiler free, and a couple things that they said were that that I did agree with after watching the first episode was that it felt like a TV show, and then they were also talking about it still feels like a Star Wars show because they clearly put millions of dollars into this. But I would have to say I overall I liked it. I liked the idea of a story before all of that crap. I gotta be honest. I better fucking see Yoda when he was a kid or something, because he was still alive at this time. Yeah. He's old as fuck.
And we're kind of starting to see that. I like the idea that we're getting to look at kind of the birth of the dark side. I do find that interesting.
Right, and there's also, I read after I watched the 2 episodes, and I won't get into it here because it's kind of spoilery, but I read a reason why, a theory as to why in the Phantom Menace they're talking about the Sith have not been seen for a millennia, despite what we're seeing here 100 years before that. And I won't get into that because you have to watch the show. But it's really interesting, and honestly, it sounds really cool to me. That being said, are we doing stuff we didn't like too?
We can. I mean,
I don't know. I don't
know
hate the alien makeup on Daphne Keene and the green skin lady. It looks so fucking pedestrian. I know somebody spent 100 hours like coming up with that and develop. I know that. I know that an artist or a team of artists came up with. I know this. It just drives me nuts.
But not every alien race needs to have a ton of like prosthetics and shit. You know what I mean?
My thing is that
I'm fine with it being lower tech on them.
Now, here, I can't explain why I don't like the green one. I think it's just so. It just you could have just had a bald person, a bald blue person, or what's with the whatever. Again, I'm not gonna try and second guess character designs. It's just, to me, I think the reason why they did that makeup type, the prosthetic type stuff with Daphne Keane is because she has a great expressive face. So they didn't want to fuck it up with like noses and chins and shit. So they were kind of like, let's do horns around the face. So it just looks hokey. She doesn't look like an alien to me. She looks like a person in makeup.
But that's
whatever. It's a small gripe.
I'm going to disagree with you solely because I have spent.
Fuck you.
Well, it's consistency, and I stand and reassured with things. I disagree. I think
that's fair.
I really like that they made the makeup and did all that with makeup because.
Oh yeah.
I have said consistently how much I hate how cheap everything fucking looks because of CGI now.
I wasn't saying that I should.
No,
right.
No.
I
want to
okay.
be. Just let me finish.
Yeah.
But I understand why that you feel like there could be a little bit more. Like you appreciate that, but you want more. I understand that's your opinion. I'm fine with it being where it is because again, I would much rather. And you are, and I know you agree with me that I'd much rather have this than fucking CGI bullshit.
Yes.
And especially in the fight scenes in this fucking. The opening scene when she hits an alien dude and she smacks his head on the table and it has impact because he's a dude wearing a prosthetic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just I have to constantly give this show flowers for that they actually had fight choreography.
Yes,
and
yes.
On camera, I can see it.
And it's cool.
In a static camera.
It looks
and
cool.
It looks good. And I haven't seen fighting like that in Star Wars. And I like that shit. And because how many times have we seen shitty, ugly, disgusting fucking CGI fights?
The Flash?
You know how much I was like, oh, it's just so refreshing. There's actually fighting in this show.
Yeah.
Like I ate that up. I love that. That was my favorite thing about both episodes.
I don't I give it a thumbs up. Mainly because I like the story, and from what I understand of this, I think it's Leslie Headland is her name. The showrunner?
Yeah.
From what I understand about her previous projects, I read some other stuff today about her. Her projects, most of the things that she's done seem to kind of start one way and then unravels. The person I was reading used the words unravels like an onion as it goes on. And so already 2 episodes in, we're already understanding that what we learned at the beginning of the first episode, by the end of episode 2, we already know that that's not the truth. So I'm very, very, very interested to see where this showrunner takes the show. I really like Saul. I'm not sure the actor's name, but he was in Squid Game.
Oh, and
yeah.
Saul was my favorite. I liked him a lot.
They said in the spoiler-free review that they were like, he's the best part because
I think
and he expresses his facial expressions. He's one of those actors I'll watch in anything. He's like Giancarlo Esposito. Sam Jackson is one of those actors. Nick Cage to a degree. But you're expecting more. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But those actors who aren't like necessarily leading men, but they play their character actors, and anytime you see them, you're just like, sweet, cool.
I like that. I think that putting the weight of it on him was a good choice. I think like the morality of it, because seeing Saul be confidently being like, Osha would never do this. Mm-hmm. She didn't leave being a Jedi because she turned evil or went to a dark side. Like she had her reasons, and I like that. And honestly, I think the things that I really enjoyed, the fight choreography was great. I'll get to things that I really don't like in a second. Mm-hmm. And this is just a personal thing, but I feel like it's a universal thing because she's a treasure.
Oh yeah.
But I derail my own thought because I'm like, I have to talk about it. We almost forgot about that. But
we'll get to it.
I really like the Jedi hierarchy. I liked how I love seeing the High Empire. I like going back.
Yeah.
And like again, unless
the High Republic.
The High.
Jeez, man.
Whoa.
Fascist.
Oh, wow.
I'm Antifa over here, man.
This got away from me.
The only guys who can talk about Star Wars and bring up Antifa. Off panel, off topic. Go for it.
You're welcome, America.
You're welcome, woke.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, by the way, you want to talk about woke? This show's got no white guys.
Hey, also, just want to state for all of our critics, you're totally right, and we will be getting our woke check tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah.
Sorry, for the year.
Yeah.
It's $1. Spend it wisely.
Wait, it's $1.50 now. Go buy yourself a soda pop. Not even. Thanks, inflation.
You could buy 2 refills at a fucking Quick Star. Quick Star, sponsors of Off Panel Off Topic. No, they're
And
not.
the Acolyte.
And the Ad Council.
Can we get back to the show?
No. Yes, Carrie Ann Moss. Is that where you're going?
No, I really, like I said, I like seeing this Jedi count, like hierarchy again, and seeing
They all have kind of like costumes, almost like Star Trek,
and just
style.
seeing how the Jedi are as kind of like these space samurai cops. Like it's kind of, I think it's interesting and unique to this show where like they're actually like arresting people,
right,
and putting them in in a holding cell and shit like that. So like I don't think we'd really seen that before.
Yeah, where she like blasts the lights on her and is like,
the ship's
you're under arrest by the order of the Galactic Republic.
Yeah, the thing about the Acolyte, the opening scene, Carrie Ann Moss was featured in the marketing of this.
Yes,
It's fine if it works narratively. I'm okay with it.
Right, if she has like a flashback
but
or something.
The fucking bait and switch to kill her in the opening scene. Oh shit! You know what I forgot to do?
What? Oh, it's too late.
It's too late, everybody.
Listen, if you came here to get...
I mean, we're probably like, what, 10 minutes into this discussion?
If you came here to get you know what you're getting into. Trust me, I just want to let you know that those of you who've listened for a long time, we are really bad. Do we have pizza time anymore?
It's in here somewhere.
Okay. We're really bad about being spoiler-free, so we'll say that in the description. It's not spoiler-free.
And if you get upset, you're just gonna be like,
"What'd you do?"
So, you knew what this was. You could.
That sounds so
bad. I really like that a lot, and seeing Saul be like, "I know you want to keep me here teaching these kids, but I will say, one of the things I didn't like too was like the weird, like, what thoughts do you have of like fire and it's like it's kind of weird, but
well, I mean,
seemed too on the nose, didn't it?
If
like,
it makes sense for narrative, whatever, I don't know.
But then the Carrie Ann Moss bait and switch is like, again, I'm sure she's gonna come back in flashbacks or something, and then later episodes, but
you know what?
It just sucks that they kind of just took her out in the first scene.
I will say this. Her one scene that we've seen so far was badass. A lot of people forget that Carrie Ann started not as an actress, but I believe like a martial. Wasn't she like a martial artist champion and shit? I
ain't gonna look it up, and you ain't gonna look it up.
I guess we're not.
I can't. Hold on a second.
No, it's fine. But I mean, I know obviously on the Matrix movies, if she didn't already have prior training, she seems like somebody who's been doing that most of her life, don't you think?
She's Canadian.
I did know that.
Keep talking.
Oh. But I mean, whether she didn't when she started doing the Matrix, which I think, I mean, I don't know if that's her first action project. But I would assume, I don't know. I really don't know much about Carrie Ann Moss. She was kick ass in Jessica Jones. Wasn't she in Jessica Jones as a lawyer?
She was.
She was really cool in that.
She was
obviously
great. She's great in the Matrix. Of
course. Dude, she's.
But yeah, that's why I was like, damn, I was really bummed.
So where did she start off? Did you look up?
She was not. She was always been an actress.
Huh. Well, I'm stupid. Did you read about any training she's had prior, or is it just on move? I see you just turned it off without actually looking anything up.
Oh my god!
I just found the one thing I wanted to know. I don't give a shit about what you wanted to know.
Sloppy.
That's it. I'm done. This show is over.
I'm gonna blow my nose.
Wow.
Really?
It was a good,
Not now.
but I will say it was a good fight scene. I was, I at an effect. Jeez, stumbling over my words. It was an effective opening scene where I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And like how it happens because May uses the fact that obviously she's a Jedi, so she's gonna save someone if she throws a blade at them, and that's how she gets her. It's like, oh damn, that was a good scene. I dug it. What did you think? So we find out throughout these episodes that May is hunting for Jedi. So he killed one that was Carrie-Anne Moss's character
In Dara?
I believe, and so now she was going at who was the guy that was meditating?
Tobin.
Tobin.
Master Tobin.
So she was going after Master Tobin now, but Master Tobin. This is kind of weird, and I love it.
It's the vow of Bosch.
And so, but much like the hierarchy thing, like to see this, something we hadn't really seen on screen before of someone meditating and using the Force to meditate so strongly that she can't penetrate like this force shield around him, force field, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. I love that. It was so weird. And
clearly he had taken that vow because of his guilt.
And we're also seeing them like something we hadn't seen in live action yet, where they're kind of again leaning. Well, they did a little bit in the prequels, but leaning more into the religion of it.
Yeah, they have like the temples and stuff, and they clearly have like people working in the temples of the Jedi that are not maybe Force sensitive at all, or maybe very lightly, that are like just janitors and shit. And you know what I mean? Like those two guys that were talking to when they go in, when she sneaks into Master Tobin's temple, she uses that kid, and the two people who are like interrogating the kid before Saul comes along, they clearly are not Jedi, but they're like caretakers of the temple. Like one of them is like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's a lot like knights. And maybe even priests back in like the Middle Ages, where they would have like, okay, they have a bunch of priests, and then they maybe have people to kind of do the things for them so that they can concentrate on or is it Buddhist priests? I think, I don't know.
Breaking the law.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead.
All I could hear was Buddhist priests.
Dude, you know where we're going tonight?
Where's got that? Another thing coming.
You got
It's fucking Buddhist priest,
it's
man.
crazy, man. We're gonna go see Buddhist priest tonight. Really? Yeah. Rob Halford? No. Buddhist priest. Sorry, let me slow down. They don't sing at all. Actually, they've all taken vows of silence.
I'm really just going to meditate with some people.
They've taken vows of silence. So go figure.
The music.
That doesn't include their fingers and hands.
They're DJs. They play meditation.
No, I'm
music.
saying just because they have taken vows of silence in the mouth.
Well, anyway, that's our review of the Acolyte, everybody.
I mean that you can take a vow of silence but still play a guitar, you douche. God, way to make it sexual. Fucking pervert. Listen, if you keep talking about me like
Talk
that,
about the fucking
I'm
show.
gonna put a vow of silence.
Tyler,
Pop you in the
Tyler.
mouth with a vow of silence.
Tyler,
what?
Let's talk about Master.
You're the one who went down that road. I'm just following you.
Sorry, thought the Buddhist priest pun didn't have
I
legs,
thought it
but
was.
here we are.
I thought it was interesting. You know me better than that. It's interesting because I want to know like if how long he knew that she was there. I think that he probably knew she was there the whole time, both times. But, clearly he only opens his eyes the second time when she sets down the poison. So, I don't know. I honestly, like,
Crazy
I know
to do that for 10 years.
Well, I
though.
know it's a really dude. I know it's a really, and I know it's a real guy. It's an actor. But to be honest, when she first shows up, it looked like a wax.
Yeah, it was weird. The lighting was weird.
I don't know if like. Have you ever seen a movie or a show where the guy's beard is clearly like put on by makeup, like he didn't grow it himself?
Yeah, fake beard.
Right. And most of the time it's well enough that you can kind of suspend your disbelief. But then there's every once in a while where it's like, that's a really fucking bad job and I can see right through the glue. Right?
That's a song. See right
It's
through.
a really
the glue.
fucking bad
Focus.
job and I can see right through the glue.
Damn. So,
Darling,
would you
you've been putting fake
Tobin, for the love of God, Master Tobin.
I felt like when we first see him or whatever that all of his hair was like put on. You know what I mean? Or maybe it was just that's his natural like hair like pattern.
Yeah.
Baldness or whatever. But they stylized the hair that he does. I don't know. I just did not like the hair. There's a lot of costuming and makeup. To be honest, the only thing gripe I really have about this show is just there's a couple of costuming and makeup designs that I just kind of didn't care for. But other than that, it's an entertaining story and the acting is all real. Daphne Keane is great.
I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I enjoyed it. I had fun. Can't wait for episode 3, everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And
who is the villain? That's what I want.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait to see.
We just hear their voice.
Can't wait to see Chewbacca or
Wookiee.
Wookiee.
Yeah, Wookiee Jedi.
I played Lego Star Wars, which was before the Skywalker saga.
Fucking nerd. Anyway,
I played it, and at a certain point, once you beat the game, you can make characters out of any parts because you've unlocked all the characters.
Oh my God.
I know, right? And my first thing was I wanted to make a Tusken Raider Jedi, which my brother informed me there is a Tusken Raider Jedi, 2 of them in the comics, in the Dark Horse comics, which have since been relegated to Legends, right?
Yeah.
But the other one I wanted to do was a fucking Ewok Jedi, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah. Jump, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Game over, man. Game over. Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man.
Listen, I come from a planet called Endor.
Oh my God. Is that an Ewok Jedi?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.